We got about 4 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and start, okay? Istongon, Jokayadega, Amy.
Strongers. Tunda.
Don't go, na Jokayadex. I said, yes, I went through the night, okay. See, Istongon, a Jokayadex. So that's one, okay? And then for all of you people, Istongon Jokayadega. And for you new people, you know there's no good morning. We don't have good morning. So we say, did you make it through the night okay? And I asked that to some people this past weekend, you know, did y'all make it through the night okay? And that's what we use. That's saying, you know, that's more or less good morning, actually, if you really think about it. Did you make it through the night okay? You know, so I got some new ones in here, and if you and we're gonna kind of review. And remember now, Friday there won't be no class because our festival's going on, and no, well, Monday will be off, which that doesn't affect the class, but we're gonna go. I want to kind of review and kind of go through it. Is that if that's, you know, sounds and tones, buys. We're kind of going to review a little bit until these new ones kind of catch up, because I hate to leave anybody behind. And due to the fact that when they take this class, I guarantee you're going to learn something. So this is what, so it's still good. Jokayadega is one person. Did you make it through the night okay? It's still good. Jokayadega. More than one person, okay? So this is we went through this the other day, but even me, I have to sound out words. So this doesn't hurt anybody. I have a hard time. Ah and So that's kind of hard. So she, it, that's a short E. It, E, P, he. A, G, Lee, he, ni. Oh, this one has to be said. Oh, okay. There's got to have attitude in there, because it's not O, it's O. B, C, C, D, U, we, ye. These are just single letter sounds, but I want y'all to know that every sound that I'm going to teach you in this class will be in a Creek word. It could be at the beginning, it could be in the middle, it could be in the ending. It's in a Muskogee word, okay? Like Ofki is like a soup. Ofki. Hear that Ofki, it's got a long sound. Ayo. Hear that? Oh, ayo. Because if it was just oh, you would say ayo. Ayo. I can't even say ayo. That's a hawk.
Ayo.
Uh-huh.
Ayo.
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 Uh-huh. There you go. Good job, Easton. There you go. Ayo. G.
Ayo.
As in Jissy.
Yeah, children.
Jissy is a mouse. Okay, when you see those two consonants, these are called consonants. Jissy. When you got those two together, you got to pronounce both of them. Jissy. And then put it together. Jissy. And for you new ones, there's no silent sounds in the Muskogee word, but you can feel it in your mouth, okay? You can feel the sounds like, and I'll show, I'll have an example for you here in a little bit. A jissy is a mouse. Jussie is a pumpkin. Jahgiben, okay, right here. Jahgiben. right here, cha, given. You don't hear the he here. And that's because it's like a cha. You hear that sound in the base of your throat. Cha, given.
Given.
Hear it?
Given.
Can y'all feel it? Cha, given.
Given.
Yeah, and I'll be showing you as we go along where your tongue is. I'll be telling you with these words. It is a short e. Iga. Iga is a head.
Iga.
Ido
Ido.
is a tree.
Big tree.
Now, Ido can be as a tree or even a log, you know. It can be that. It can be a tree or a log. This is where situation and environment has everything to do with language. Situation and environment has things to do with language. So just Ido, if I say Ido, and there's trees out there, I'm talking about a tree. But if they told me to go pick up an Ido, it would mean like a log, wouldn't it? So that's where situation and environment comes in, okay? Ipuji is someone's son. Ipuji, second person. I'm gonna go through that. E, this is a long E. E, Idalua. Idalua. Idalua is either a tribal town or it could be our nation. Any nation is Idalua. Hear that? Idalua. Igana. Igana. That's land or world. And that's where you're talking about, where situation and environment comes in. Ibagen. Ibagen is 6. Fi, as in figi, is a heart. Fatja is the truth. Fushwa is a bird. He, as in hishjay. Hishjay means hello. Hutki. Okay, you don't hear the D in here, but when I say hut, my tongue is on my palate. You can feel that D sound. Hutki. Hutki is white. Humgin. Humgin is 1. Okay, this is the most confusing one that people has a lot of trouble with. This is where you have to switch over from English to Muscogee. A sound. This has an A sound. Hey ye, hot. Legida, you said. Begida, begida is to put something in something, okay? Gi, as in gi. See, this is a word right here, gi. It means mulberry. Gi. Gajo. Gajo is blackberry. Gubby. Gubby is soap. Li, as in litki, run. Loja. Loja, turtle. Lamhi. Lamhi is eagle. Me, as in mahi. And this is all gonna make sense to you when I get done with this, okay? When I go to the next lesson. Mahi is tall. Mado is thank you. Me just do it. Like, you know, I tell my grandkids to do things and I tell them, me just, Mado. Ni, as in Najumi, that's how many. Nagin, what? Nori is teeth. Okay, here we go with this attitude. Oh. So Oba. Oba is an owl. Ushki is rain. Owa. Owa is water. See how these sounds are making things, but this rest of this will make, just hang on and we'll get to it. B, Busco. Busco is great. Buski. Buski is our father. Tomi is us. Thi as in taco. Taco. Horse or big. Thi as a bullet. And there's only two ways you can use this right here. Thi would be a bullet or an arrow. Okay, a bullet or an arrow. Tato. Tato is a fish. Thi as in sashakwa. Sashakwa, that's a goose. Sada. Sada is the sky. Soda is, oh, soda is apple and soda is sky. Sorry. D is diniki. That's, we had a lot of that the other night. We had a storm down here. Diniki, that's thunder. Do doloshi. Do doloshi. That is a chicken. And that's that's what the elders used to call chicken, but now we just say doloshi. But it used to be doloshi. Dochinen. Dochinen is 3. Ooh, as in jola. Hear that? Ooh, jola is a fox. Godi is a frog. Ojasi is the owner of something. Here we go. This is where I even get confused at right here. And ah. And ah. Jussi. Jussi is pumpkin. Bah. Hear it? Bah. Budgie is pigeon. Aji. Aji. Hear it? Aji. Aji is corn. We as in wasco. Wasco. That's a chigger. Waga. Waga, that is a cow. Weasel. Weasel. Hear that? Weasel. That is sassafras. Ye as in yaha. And this is all gonna make sense to you now. Yaha is a wolf. Yefki. Yefki is evening. Yanasa. Yanasa is a buffalo. And for you new ones, don't be intimidated. Ask all the questions you want. There's no stupid questions. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. And because I make them still yet. And I'm fluent. So, don't be afraid to make a mistake. And Yanasa is a buffalo. But don't be, this is what I stress right here is learning your sounds. Make sure you learn your sounds. Okay. So we're gonna go back through the single sounds. Ah, G. It, B, he, A, B, me, E, O, B, C, C, D, U, A, we, E. Okay. Now, look at all these words. Look here. This is when you're putting 2 single letters together. And you're speaking Muskogee. Okay, but I want to show you how this works. Ja, chi, j, jo, ju, ja. Okay, ja is C and ah put together. G and ah put together. Ja. G and E put together. G. G and A put together. J. G and O put together. Jo. G and U put together. Ju. G and A put together. Ja. Okay. So, like I said, every one of these makes a word. And I always use this as an example. Jadi. Right here. When you put jadi, that's red. Okay. Fojo, that's a duck. Okay. Jo, where's my letters? Jola, that's a fox. So see how these sounds are making words because our language is sounds. They're sounds, so that's why I stress this, okay? look here, we had this in our single. Nodi. Nodi. Nodi is tea. Sada. Sada is an apple. Tato. Tato is a fish. All you have to do is put, this is the O, the A. So when you're spelling, I encourage you to use the sounds because, like I said, language is sounds, and to switch from English to Muscogee. And like I told you before, it is hard to switch because it's an English dominant world and you've been studying this since preschool or even kindergarten, you know. So the A, the O, the. When you put it's a fish, that's fish, okay? O, C, B, B, O, C, E, O, C, that's a cat.
Bonjour.
When you go back to your single sounds, O, wa, that's water. O, wa, that's putting that
Wa.
one. O, wa, that's water. So,
Wa.
yeah, there you go, good job. So when you, this is why I stress these sounds, okay? The very reason, okay, that I stress sound because language is sound. And without sounds, we can't pronounce right. We wouldn't have language. So this is one of the reasons why I do this. And I want y'all to study this, you newcomers, okay? Study the sounds. Okay, this is putting 3 letter sounds together. C, A, K, sock. Sock. C, A, K, sock. C, E, K, seek.
Seek.
C-A-K, sake.
Seg.
C-O-K, soak.
Soak.
There you go. C-U-K, sook. Sook. C-A-K, sock. C-A-K, lock. Li-E-K, leak. This was to be Li-A-K, Li-A-K, lake. Li-O-K, look. Li-U-K, look. Li-A-K, lock. Okay, that's how this works. Mas, meese, mace, mos, moose, mus. Mat, meat, mate, mot, moot, mut. Hark, heek, hake, hook, hook, huck. Pass, hees, haze, horse, goose, hus. Mark, meek, make, mook, mook, muck. Man, min, main, mon, mun, man. Hull, hill, el, hull, hull, hull. Knock, neek, nake, nook, nook, nuck. Fast, feast, face, horse, goose, bus. Jas, cheese, jace, joes, juice. Spa, spee, spay. Ho, spoo, spot. Sla, slee, slay, slow, slew, slot. Yeek, yis, yit, yeach. Yon, yak. Jim, fin, got, ma. Oh, ma, gon, one. Bon, loaf, bat, gat, feast, scar. Hull, hut, home, chit, loaf, ol. Walk, sock, knit, bill, jock, walk. Kit, fut, yin, scar. Born, bun, ta. Book, luff, hop, dot, shift, clock. And it sounds difficult, but if you do it and study it, it comes to you. It will come to you. You know, don't say, well, these don't make sense, or this, I can't learn this, because I don't let the word can't get in front of me. Because if our people said can't at the beginning of the trail, we wouldn't have made it here. So they never said can't. They just gave it a shot. So I don't accept can't. Here we go. Creek has tone. Creek has, the Muskogee has tone. And tone has everything to do with speaking. Nagi, theme. Nagi is theme. But Nagi, hear it? Nagi is what? Now listen, you can almost hear the question in the tone of my voice. Nagi, like Nagidowa, what is that? That is a thing. But if you say Nagi, what? Nagi. So I tell my grandkids that if they're coming up, punching me on, tapping me on the back, grandma, I say noggin, I'm saying what? And they know. But if I say nagidowa, they know that too. Because I'm saying, what is that? And they'll have something in their hand. Nagidowa.
Nagidowa.
Very good. So when my kid, the little boy, he just 7, he likes to play like, he'll put something behind his back, he's got something in his hand, and he'll go like this to me. He wants me to pick out what is in one of his hands, and he plays, So we'll sit there and go through that for 2 hours, but anyway, he does that. So I'll say, Nagidowa. It won't even be nothing that, it'll be something, I don't know what it is. And sometimes he might have picked something out in the yard, maybe a lokja, the top of an acorn, the top of it, maybe even a piece of it. And I'll say, Nagidowa, So look here, consonants can be doubled, then are held longer. Ido is a tree. Okay, here we go with this. Remember I said you have to enunciate both of them. Jito. Okay, you don't hear this first sound like you do on this last part. Do. Your tongue is on top of your palate, behind your front teeth. Jito. That's why I'm saying you gotta make sure you can feel it. Because not all of it is, you can hear it, but you can feel it. And Muskogee language is real prominent in the mouth. So if somebody can't pronounce a word, I'll say, look at my mouth, and they will. Jito. Haji is tail. Okay, listen. Haji is tail, but Haji, the stream. Haji. Okay, here's where it is, right here. Okay, remember? Look here. They're both spelled the same. Tone changes the meaning, okay? A hoof, like a horse hoof, deer hoof, whatever, is laksa. Hoof, laksa. But if you're a liar, they'll say, laksa. Laksa don't stay. Laksa, ijo laksa. Ijo laksa is a deer hoof. Tako laksa is a horse's hoof. But if you say laksa tone, that changes that tone to a liar. And so you say, Mahukti laksa doste. That woman's a liar now. Or Mesti. Now we studied that word. Mesti laksa doste. That person, that man, that is a liar. See how these are going? Okay. Vine. Faga. It's a vine. But hunting. Faga. Hear it? Faga is hunting something. Haji. Haji is tail. Haji is river. And Haji, hear that? Is drunk or dizzy. Haji, tail. Haji, river. Dizzy or drunk. Haji. Haji. Okay, his or her foot. This is a short E. Ili. Ili. But if you say dead, you say ili. Hear the tone? But it's the same thing. This word or spell. But tone changes the meaning. Any questions so far? If you have any questions, ask. Okay. Any questions? Ili? And so I know one question is, how do I know when it's a shorty or longie? It's having to know the word. Once you learn these words, you'll know which one's long and which one's ili. Ili is his or her foot. Ili is dead. Okay, here's another one. Ihi. Ihi, short, husband. Ihi is yes. See how they look? Nagi, thing. Nagi is what? Hear my tone, guys. See tone. Okay, tone. He's looking at it. He's looking at it. Uskin Dada, he's looking at a rainbow. He sees it. He just, see, this tones is what changes this. And that's why I teach all this too, tones, trying to get you. Okay, look here. This is where I get confused right here myself. This is one of those that I'm one of those, I don't know why this confuses me, but it does. I have to ask, is this a or a because this is short or held longer, or it's blunt. Now when I say blunt, I'm saying short. Or or okay, grasshopper, duffel, duffel, duffel. Hear that? Okay, there's that two consonants right there. Duff. You're not saying feet, but got your tongue. I mean, your teeth is on bottom of your bottom lip. Duffel, duffel. That's grasshopper. Look at this. These are all sounds that we just went through. Okay. Coffee. We didn't have coffee, so we had to turn it into Muskogee. So we say coffee, coffee. That's coffee. Turtle, loja, loja. My grandfather, jaboja, jaboja. Coat, gaba. See, if we had, that's a ah. If we put a in there, it would be gaba, gaba, and that's not a word. So we have to say gaba, coat. Waga, cow. Adami, Adami is a car. Ayo is a hog. Yanasa, hear it? Yanasa. But if it was this is a sound right here, short. But if we put it in long, we would say yanasa. And that ain't right. It's yanasa. Sada, apple. Bagana, peach. Halbada, alligator. Halbada. See how these sounds made all these words. Okay, all these words. That's why we push sounds. I push them. E or it. Do the same for short, it or E. Okay. Ijel, ijel, that's short. Hear it? Short is it and E. Ijel. Biggie. Art. Is a hurt. Iwanwa. Iwanwa. Abisi. Abisi. Igana. Iga. Wagabisi. Miski. Hear those short, and you can hear them. Idjel. Idjel is a deer. Bigi is a heart. Okay. Iwanwa, here's a her, sister. Use the right diphthong. Hobuiwa. Diphthong is this right here. Uchi. Hobuiwa. And that's a hard thing to learn because we is in there too. To stand. We the. You got that diphthong. Uchi. Oh, ui. Hobuiwa. Ahuguchi. Window. Logi. Deep. Okay, and I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna do those here soon. Okay, these are tones. Okay. Look here. I'm just going through these for the past, the ones that were here before, and oops. Maybe not. Oh, here they are. We don't have by in the Muscogee language. You know, the Europeans, they had by. We don't.
Yeah. See you later.
We don't have by. So we'll say Chihijathis.
See you later.
Chihijathis, I will see you. I will see you again. Hadam. Chihijathis. I will see everyone. Okay, now here. You is this. I will see everyone. Chihijagathis. You see that? Chihijathis and Chihijagathis. I will see everyone. This is to a group. You can go through a house full of people and say Chihijagathis. I will see everyone. But if I just go to Eastern, I say Chihijathis. Chihijathis. But here's another one. We will see each other again. We will see each other again. Adam tihijiathis. Adam tihijiathis. Let's see each other again. Adam tihijagathis. Adam tihijagathis. Let's meet up again right here. Adam difachagathis. Difachida is to just meet up. And so when you like I told you before, when I went to Tulsa, I went in a store, saw somebody else I knew. I went to a restaurant, somebody I knew. Went to into a native indigenous store. I saw somebody I knew. That's just accidentally meeting up with each other. Accidentally now. You didn't mean to. Just saying, just meeting up. Hadam difachagathis. Just accidentally meeting up with each other. No plans, but seeing each other there. Hadam difachagathis. So this is all something that, you know, I'm a fluent speaker, by the way. I've been speaking since I was, I guess I was spoken to when I was a baby. And so I'm going to leave for a second. I'm going to bring something back just for a second, okay? I'll be right back. Just hang on. I got a picture here that I want to show you, and I left it in my bag. Be right back. Here, I think a couple of weeks ago, I told y'all that we went to my dad's tribal camp. And I told y'all about a picture that they had. And I want to show it to y'all. Can y'all see this? Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
This is my dad right here, singing ribbon dance song. And he was second chief at one of the grounds. And this is his sister's husband. So this is my father singing ribbon dance. And I don't know how it got. And my cousin said, look what I found. He goes, this is the last thing that I thought I'd find. This one in the glasses is my dad. And he's got the shell shaking it for ribbon dance. And these are women getting ready for the ribbon dance. Can y'all see that? And then this one. And I'm going to bring some more pictures of my grandmother dressed in a traditional dress. But, her dresses didn't have ribbons or anything on it. They were just dresses. And, but I know I promised y'all some pictures, and I just brought this and left it in my bag, but this is my dad. So when I told my husband last night, I said, you need to go into the storage building and bring out, I got them all packed in a tub, and I said, bring them out. So that's what my dad was. And, he passed away when I was 7. So, but this was, he said, take it. He said, that's your dad. Because, when I first saw it, more to myself, I said, that's my dad. That's daddy. And it, so he said, take it. And he had made copies, and he said, I don't know why it ended up in McAllister paper or who took this picture or what. He said, but I found this online, and so I took it, and so I'm gonna put it up. Put it up. So I just thought I'd share that with y'all because this is him. And see that feather? If y'all saw that feather, that thing in the back of his head, that was an eagle feather, and I had that forever. Put it up. My mom had it put up for us, and we had it forever. And it finally went back to nature. So, okay, here we go. This is just going over here. We have past and present verbs. Present and past singular verbs, okay? Anytime when you say I am looking at a rainbow present, you say Ushki indaja is a rainbow. Ushki indaja hijes. I'm looking at a rainbow. That's present. Like you're standing here and I'm telling Easton, I'm looking at a rainbow. Ushki indaja hijes. But if I told you I saw a rainbow, Easton, I would say Ushki indaja hijeok. Hijeok. Yeah, hear the difference? That's past. That's saying you saw a rainbow. But if you're saying I am looking at a rainbow, looking at a rainbow. Past is hijeoks. I saw a rainbow. I'm running, I'm scared. See, every one of these that's present has this ending. AC. Looks like is, but it's not. It's AC, so it's hijes. Likes. I'm running, I'm scared. Chabingalik. Chabingalik means I'm scared. Likes. I am running. I ran because I was scared. Chabingalik likayoks. Chabingalik likayoks. See that difference? Likes means I'm running present. Likayoks means I ran because I was scared. That's past. You always have that past. Right here. Look here. Ahajithihi, hombes. Ahajithihi is potatoes. Hombes saying I'm eating. I ate potatoes. That was yesterday or last week. Ahajithihi, hombayaks. Or ahajithihi, homebes. Either one means I ate. Okay, that's past, isn't it? Right here, I am eating is present. I ate potatoes yesterday. Potatoes last week. But you can say ahajithihi hombayaks or ahajithihi homebes. Homebes. So see how these things change? And most in the newcomers, language is verb prominent. We use a lot of verbs, and you just use it to say you're doing it, he's doing it, they're doing it. You can say it anyway. Okay. Look here, quiet. I am speaking. Jayayagas Onayes. Jayayagas means be quiet. Onayes. I am speaking at this moment. Okay. But look here. He got so quiet. He got quiet, so I spoke. He got quiet. So that, and I spoke, that's past. Jayayakin, Onayayungs. Or you could say Jayayakin, let's see. Bonayes, Bonayes. That's past too. See how this language, for you newcomers, I got really interested in this language and I did in-depth research. Index. It was a passion. It became a passion at first, and then it probably became an obsession. I don't know. I've been speaking this so long, but still, yeah, I had questions. And so I started breaking down these things like Chayayagas Unayes. Quiet, speak. Chayayakin Unayayams. Or you could say Jayayakin Unayes. He got quiet, so I spoke. They both mean the same. Any questions on this? On any questions on any of this? But remember now, tomorrow, no class because Muskogee Nation is having their festival. And they're gonna let us out at noon. So, you know, this is our holiday. And so the festival will be going on about 3 days. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Okay, I am walking far, obeying Yagabes. See, I am walking. That is a present. Obeying Yagabayunks. I walked far yesterday. Baksangi obeying Yagabayunks. I walked far yesterday. See that? Obeying Yagabes. That's 1, 2. Either way, it means past. Okay. That's how we speak. And you know, sometimes they'll say, well, it don't make much sense, but to a speaker, it makes all the sense. If you speak the way this is right here, it's understood. It's understood. Any questions for you? I don't know how many's in class. I don't know how many participants there are. Any questions? I'm just going back over different things that we studied before, so you won't forget it, because sometimes retention is the hardest part. Retention. And I'm kind of going reviewing before, since it was Creek Nation Festival. So we're just reviewing. Okay, I'm going to go back to something else here. We have descriptive words. Descriptive words in our language is very, there are a lot of descriptive words. Look here. Because we didn't have them. We didn't know what they were. Okay. So we had to describe them. Yobolawagi. Yobolawagi. Elephant. Yobo means nose, but Lawagi means limber. So they were just describing this this creature to other people. Yobo Lawagi is saying it had a limber nose, and it was an elephant. Istibaba. Istibaba is a lion. And Isti is a person, and Baba means it eats it. He eats that. So they're descriptive. Giraffe, that's supposed to be a giraffe. Ido nanoba, grazes on top of trees. Ido is tree, Nup is short for unaba, top of it, nanoba, grazes. Nanoba means graze. So that's a giraffe. See, it was they were descriptive, because they didn't know what they were. They were in another region, not ours, okay? Donkey, thako beka. Beka means hooper, hoops. Thako is a horse. It hoops. Lihaya is a cast iron pot with legs. Leg maker. Li is short for ili and haya means maker. Leg maker. Okay. This is descriptive too. Son-in-law. Jogwaki. Jogwaki. Lays in the house. Jok is short for jogo. And waki means lays down. You know. Yubuyabi. Yubuyabi is a hippopotamus. That's hippopotamus. Horn, yubo is horn, and yabi means, yubo is nose, and yabi means horn, nose horn. That's descriptive. Okay. That's spelled wrong too, hippopotamus. Refrigerator. Hidodi haya. Hidodi. Oh, hidodi, hodi. Hidodi is eyes, and hodi means it's shelter or dian. It's shelter. Hodi is shelter. So it's saying it's a dian or a shelter for eyes. Hidodi, hodi. Carpenter. Jogohaya. Jogohaya is a housemaker. Jogo is house, and haya mean it makes it. Okay. Hijkida, to be born. Hijkida, hijida is to see, but hijkida is to be visible. Okay. Hombida jogo, restaurant. And this can mean the kitchen too. Anywhere where there's food or where you prepare food. There's a hombida jogo, restaurant, eating house. Hombida is food, and jogo is well, hombida is to eat or food, and jogo is a house. So you're saying hombida jogo, restaurant. So when they said y'all's we're gonna go to a hombida jogo bowl, we got excited. Hombida jogo abiyagis. Let's go to the restaurant. We were ready because we knew we was going to eat in a restaurant.
I have a question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Is that Hombara Jogo? Is that how you would refer to camp house also? Like at church, the camp house?
That would be Hubble.
Okay.
Because okay, let me explain that, okay, to kind of clarify this. When you say a camp at the church, that's actually, a house at the church. That is like a camp, isn't it? They call it a camp house at church. So that would be Hubble. But if you're talking about like now everybody's got the fellowship hall where they eat, that would be called hombida jogo.
Okay.
Does that kind of clear things up for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Inga. Any questions? See, this is what you need to do right here. There's no stupid questions, guys. There are no stupid questions. There is. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. Cause that, I even make mistakes. And I ask questions too, because that's the only way you're going to learn, guys, is by asking questions. If I can answer it, now listen, if I can answer it, I will. Okay, if I can answer it, because answering something in English for Muscogee language is hard to do sometimes, but this was pretty easy. I'm glad he asked that easy question, because hombida jogo is somewhere to eat, kitchen, even a fellowship hall, restaurant, So that's how, and used to, churches had camps all the way around it, and they used to have numbers on it, numbers. And they don't have camps, they have fellowship halls, so that's home bit of trouble. Home bit of trouble. That's even in their house kitchen. Cause my grandkids will say, they'll say they want something. I said, oh, on, okay. Home bit of trouble, I guess. Let's go to the kitchen. Okay. Home bit of trouble is. So that's how we talk. That's how we speak. And they'll go, my grandson always wants a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I don't know why he doesn't get tired of it, but he don't. He'll say peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter and jelly. I said, do you want something else? Ham, bologna. Soka des giagigo, bologna des gia. Listen to bologna, bologna, bologna. They didn't know how to say bologna. We didn't know what it was, so they said bologna. And he'll say, peanut butter and jelly. And I haven't taught him peanut butter and jelly, but by now he would learn it if I taught him, because it's every day. He wants a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. He would learn that because it's repetition, repetition, repetition. Okay, repetition. So last night they wanted popcorn. And I said, pathology. And actually, one of the oldest one came to me. She said, Grandma, pathology. Pathology. And I was like kind of shocked, but see, I didn't show it. Because if I showed like shock or surprise, it might have stopped her, And she said, I said, pathology giaja. And she said, So I went and popped popcorn for them. And they were eating it. And the little boy said, pass the pathology. Pass the pathology. He didn't say popcorn, he said pass. And see, he used something, he used English. He said pass the pathology to his sisters. And when they wouldn't, it was grandma, of course. Grandma, they won't give me no pathology. They won't give me no pathology. And I said, y'all share. I said, y'all share. In my store says, even a little bit. And they did, but that's what I'm saying. She come up to me and I didn't think that she remembered that word. I didn't think she did, but she did. And that I didn't show shock or anything, but that's how you teach them, even kids, is trying to get them to retain what they learned. So we say it, we don't say pathology every day. That's how come I was kind of shocked and surprised. Just once in a while, we'll say pathology. And now when I say once in a while, maybe once they'll ask for it, they eat it here, they'll eat it there. But any questions so far? Okay. So remember, home Jugo is a restaurant or a kitchen or a fellowship hall, place to eat. Okay.
How do you say, excuse me, how do you say daughter-in-law?
Daughter-in-law,
The
okay.
son-in-law was on there.
Yeah, in Milwaukee is son-in-law, but daughter-in-law, there's a word for daughter-in-law, don't get me wrong. Now see, you asked something, here we go. Sometimes when they ask me something I hadn't expected, I forget. Daughter-in-law, no. I was gonna say in Hakbadi, but it ain't. Daughter-in-law. Hang on. Oh God, I forget. Daughter-in-law. Let me see. Oh my gosh, I know it. I was a daughter-in-law. Give me a second. It'll come to me here. And okay. Any more questions besides that? No, I'll have it on my mind. Okay, I will answer you.
Mvhayv, is it in Hadisi?
In Hadisi, yeah, I said in Hakbadi, in Hadisi, in Hadisi.
In
In
Hadisi.
Hadisi is daughter-in-law. That's right. I never thought of that.
That was
Oh,
a dictionary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm curious what the definition is. The one for son-in-law is a little weird.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, he lays around, yeah.
You know, I wonder why too, in Milwaukee.
He must have had a lazy son-in-law.
Yeah, I think
You know,
so. Yeah, mine don't lay around, but anyway,
they
what's
call
the definition for daughter-in-law?
That's interesting, you know, and you know, that's interesting for us to call things like that, you know, in Hadisi. In Hadisi is in is there or he is her. Hadisi is like Hadisi is like how can I explain that? Ooh, that's a hard one. Hadisi. Oh, let me try to explain that in a way that I can get it across to you. This is it's an old word for one thing. And I have to.
Mvhayv, they also said in the dictionary too that there was a difference between it being like his daughter-in-law, the daughter-in-law of a man. They made a differentiation in the words too. It was different words. Igushthagi.
Ichostahagi.
Igushthagi.
Ichostahagi is like kind of like a daughter-in-law, looks like a daughter-in-law or like a daughter-in-law. Tahagi. You know, Ichostahagi. That's like a daughter-in-law or kind of like a daughter, or like a daughter actually. Ichostahagi is like a daughter. But now in Hadisi, I'm gonna have to try to explain that. That's hard to do in English. Hadisi. They'll say Hadisi. Most of the time they won't say in Hadisi, they'll just say, if somebody like me, if I had a daughter-in-law, I would say Hadisi often that my daughter-in-law was around and they would know. But Ahagi means like they're kind of like a daughter, you know, kind of like a daughter. Kind of like a daughter, that's what that means. And that was a hard, you know, that's like I said, it's hard to sometimes explain this in English. I'm gonna have to get this Hadishi down. Hadishi. You know, but I'm gonna have to kind of think about that, see how I can explain that. But I'm gonna bring some more pictures and I'm gonna bring another speaker in here. After the festival and we kind of settle down, I'm gonna bring another speaker where y'all can listen to us speak again. I'm gonna have y'all listen to us speak again, and I'm trying to find different ones that will come. That's actually will come in here and talk. You know, actually, we'll just hold a conversation like we did last time, and I want y'all to hear it, how we communicated, probably back in the homelands and up to now, and it may be a little different because I know a woman that says higos. Higos means no. Higos. Back then, we don't use that anymore. And I got some more words that I got for you that I'm going to show you. That's old words. I'm gonna get that down for y'all because it's y'all need to know these words. The reason why I'm doing this is because some of these words are going to be lost. You don't even hear them now. And I thought, you know what? It's got to be taught because they're not using them. Like, you know, they're not using them. Like the bread is moldy. It is sour bread. Look how many things this can do. Okay. Darlegi, of course, you know is bread, but doxi is moldy. Mold is bread. Mold is. Look how we speak. The lawman was tall. We got a legendary thing here that we call Istijapko Mahiduis. Istijapko, it's a creature. He's a man. It's called long man or tall man. he goes around and, you know, one time my aunt told me she met up with one. And he's a creature, a man that lives out in the woods and he comes around, you know. And they say Bigfoot, but he's not Bigfoot, you know. He's not Bigfoot, he's a different thing, you know, but one of these days, we're gonna take one whole class and we're just gonna tell stories. So I'm gonna tell you stories about these legends that we have in our tribe. And you know, my great kids, they'll say, tell us a story, Grandma, tell us a story. And I'll tell them one and they'll be like, now we're scared. Now we're scared. And I'm like, well, y'all the one that wanted to hear it. And then one day they say, Grandma, tell us a story. This was that night it was storming. They were still up. They said, it's storming. I said, man, I don't get hot. I said, it's lightning and thunder. And they said, tell us a story. And I said, no, y'all won't go to bed if I tell you a story. Because I said, but they love to hear these stories, you know. So I'm going to share that, but I'm going to share a speaker with y'all here soon. So, okay, I'm just going through different things. Because now remember, I don't know if they're going to show the festival on film it or anything, but if y'all get a chance, you know, get on it, you know. It says, I like being around where people gather. Ishti adilogat sidajayajidos. People gathers around, I like being. That's how exactly how we speak right there. Ishti adilogat sidajajidos. But actually, this is what we're saying. I like being around people where people gather. But this is how the Muskogee is literally translated. Jogo tohopki afolutki duis. A fence goes around the house. House fence goes around. And you know, this why. This is how it's at. If you went to somebody and say house fence goes around, they're gonna look at you like you're nuts. So get away from me, you know, or they'll walk off. But if you say to a Muskogee person, they're gonna say, really? I knew geologists. I want one too. Really, I want one too. And then it's not good to play with a click bug. Y'all know what a click bug is? I don't know if y'all have them in y'all area, but we used to love to play with them. They used to say, y'all guys quit playing with that. If you put it on its back, it'll go. Can y'all hear it? It go. It's called a click bug. And it says, it's not good to play with a click bug. But we loved it. And the reason why was my grandma used, and Owala is a future teller. Owala is a future teller, or what do you call them? A fortune teller, or they got a different name for them now. I can't remember what it is. But anyway, Owala, they used to say that's Owala is like a fortune teller, and they say as many times as it clicks, it's what your life's going to end up. Is your lifetime. And they used to say, and we did though, we played with them. You know, we didn't listen, because we liked that tick that it made. And it says coffee. Coffee is smoska hobangidos. The coffee maker is broke. But if we said coffee to boil broke is, that's how we speak. That's how it is. But if we went to a speaker and said coffee is smoska hobangidos, they'll say, hey, hey. Oh my, hey, you know, this is why I got interested right here. Some of this is why I got interested in this, you know. I don't know why. Like this, explain the paper. Joga is paper, but ohayayi just. Paper explain, put light on it. Ohayayi just means shine a light on it. But if you call that to speaker, they don't understand. Ohayayi just means put a light on the paper. So they're actually put a light on the subject. Okay, that's what they're actually saying. Okay, guys, skidka, hangat, othibet, hokolosha. But I will see y'all Tuesday. Chihita Monday and Hayat cause Bakshi Muskogi Ima Fachkidan Allergy Hojahandon Man Fulla Handui. So I will see y'all Tuesday because tomorrow they're gonna start the Muskogee. And I just said Mafachkida, it's saying Muskogee people's happy time. They're gonna have festival because it's called a festival. So in Mafachkidan Fulla Handuiga. Monday in Hayatka Chihijagatis. I will see y'all the morning after Monday. Chihijagatis. And then we're gonna start, I'll probably go, okay, I'm gonna give y'all kind of a heads up. We're gonna go through alpha, the sounds. We're gonna do sounds. And then we're gonna jump into what we had before, so these others can see what, I'm gonna kind of go back and forth, okay? For the beginners and for y'all, so y'all won't get bored with what y'all have already learned. I'm gonna go forward with y'all and go back for the beginners. So we're just gonna take it, but sounds never hurt, okay? Look here, wayo is a flying squirrel, but a squirrel that stays on the ground is ito. But a flying squirrel is wayo. Okay. All right, guys. Chihitagate.
No.
Guys.
Have fun, y'all.
Mado.
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 Mado, again, because I have all the respect in the world for you that's taking this language. We're not gonna last long. Time's not on our side. Oh, I know. Chihitagate.